Top 10 Scariest Clowns Part 2. Hello! How's it going, guys? Welcome back to IO. I hope you guys have your big boy pants on because this video is about to get creepy as hell. Today we're going to be counting down the top 10 creepiest clowns Part 2. Spooky. Let's do it. Starting us off at number 10 is quite simply a clown named Clown. However, it's never really that simple, is it? When a loving father finds a clown suit in their attic and fills in last minute for his son's birthday party, everything seems great. But no, turns out it was never a clown's birthday suit, but the skin of a demon. A demon that used to lure people out of their villages into the woods and then viciously murder them, the whole time looking like a clown. As the father realizes he can't take the clown mask off, he slowly begins to turn into some sort of horrific, murderous, evil clown creature. Terrifying. What we've learned from this situation is never wear a costume that you find in an attic you didn't put there yourself. Makes sense really, doesn't it? At number 9, I'm honestly not sure what's scarier, the production value of this movie or the clown itself. Regardless, Killjoy is a self-proclaimed clown from the hood. Summoned through a ritual slightly satanic in nature, he can be called upon in situations where you seek revenge you cannot exact for yourself. However, in almost all situations, he proves a little too much to handle, and things get out of control, causing havoc against the person that summoned him. Great for wiping out gangs, this creepy looking clown loves nothing more than to kill, maim, and sass people in the process. I do not suggest summoning Killjoy this Halloween, no matter how much homework your teacher has been giving you. Not worth it, I promise. Number 8. Captain Spaulding. A man whose teeth are more disgusting and frightening than his clown makeup. Famous for appearing in the cult classic film directed by Rob Zombie, House of a Thousand Corpses. The murderous owner of a gas station that conveniently doubles up as a terrifying horror house filled with the bodies of murder victims posed to look like props. This is not somewhere you want to be stopping for gas. The foul-mouthed Captain Spaulding takes delight in leading people to their death via a family of serial killers near his gas station, occasionally killing himself. With his insane laugh, a white face and huge frame, he is a terrifying sight. If you happen to find yourself out in the desert and low on gas, I suggest bypassing this guy's stop. He does what he wants and no one out there is going to stop him. That normally involves killing people for fun. 7. This clown makes it into the list for the simple fact that it is based on a true story. Back in 2014, photos started appearing on social media of a number of clowns in and around a town in California known as Wasco. The identity of the clowns remained unknown, and this obviously caused a lot of people to freak out. This sounds kind of familiar. Not too different to what's been happening lately with all these clowns running around and chasing people. Maybe this is where the trend started. Regardless, a film now exists which takes clowning around to a whole new level. In this film, a whole gang of creepy as hell looking clowns begin to slowly murder people around the town of Wasco. Let's hope that that's not what starts happening in real life. Probably my favourite line from the film is, "What's the matter, darling? I thought everyone loved clowns." No, we don't. Especially when they chase us in the dark and try to kill us. At number 6 is The Clown from Amusement, a horror movie in which a crazed clown hunts down everyone who teased him at school for being weird. Looking like a life-size clown doll, there is definitely something messed up about this guy. With his long disfigured face and black pits where his eyes should be, his maniacal laugh will send shivers down your spine. One of his favourite hobbies is sitting in armchairs pretending to be a doll. Until you take your eyes off him, that is. Then he jumps off and comes after you. No, thank you. I think there should be a strict policy of no clown dolls whatsoever in any household, by law. Not having an actual name, this clown likes to kill his victims, remove their skin, and then carve his initials into their skulls. Unique, I guess. Also very painful. Something else I do not recommend trying at home. Bringing us to halfway at number 5 is Stitches the Clown. Just a man who wanted to make kids happy, Stitches was a normal clown, if there is such a thing, up until his untimely death at a kid's birthday party. During a show, a bunch of ungrateful kids decided to play a prank on him, which caused him to trip and fall onto a knife. The knife happened to go into his left eyeball and killed him instantly. This should have been the end of things, but no. Wanting revenge, Stitches came back from the dead, minus one of his eyeballs obviously, which is now poorly stitched up and looks pretty disgusting. One by one, he goes after all of the kids who are now grown up from the party that ended his career short. You wouldn't want a staring competition with this guy, would you? Getting us even closer to number 1, we have the Killer Clowns from Outer Space. With their massively oversized heads and unchanging faces, these clowns have scared more children than you've had hot breakfasts. Not are they only murderous clowns though, they're also aliens. Basically combining like two of my least favourite things. If you're not scared of clowns, then they have that extra little trick up their sleeves to ruin your day. The clowns are a cult of aliens who came to Earth with the sole intention of killing and then harvesting as many humans as possible for sustenance, storing them aboard their fairground looking spaceship inside creepy cotton candy cocoons. Ugh. Using a whole bunch of clown props to wreak havoc, this film brings a whole new level to clown related killings. Not a tent full of clowns you want to be arriving in your town anytime soon. What is worse than one killer clown? Well, 3 killer clowns, obviously. During the early 2000s, this film was in fact banned for a short period due to controversy surrounding its making. However, the plot involves 3 murderous clowns who are in fact escapees from a nearby mental asylum that murdered 3 clowns and stole their identities. They then make it their mission to torment and chase 3 young boys, one of whom has a crippling fear of clowns. These clowns make it to number 3 for the sheer fact of how dangerous and unpredictable they are, with their creepy painted faces and deranged expressions. Having to fight off not just 1 but 3 makes these guys super scary. Now, I don't know how many of you would have watched Are You Afraid of the Dark as kids, but I did, and it definitely gave me my fair share of nightmares. That show was definitely messed up. Thanks a lot. Anyway, one particular episode which gave a whole generation of kids night terrors involved the story of a certain clown, Zeebo. A clown which reportedly haunts the building of a horror house at a fun fair. Now, the guy running the haunted house is enough to scare away most kids, looking like a mix between some sort of child predator and a barbershop quartet singer. The story goes that one night, Zeebo stole the park's payroll and hid in the haunted house. After finishing a cigar he was smoking, he threw it away, only for it to cause the spook house to catch fire and for him to die in the process. Years later, the spook house was rebuilt and a mannequin lookalike of Zeebo was hidden in the house to scare kids. This is where Zeebo comes back into the story. A bunch of kids dare each other to go into the house and steal the nose from the mannequin, which is reportedly possessed by Zeebo's spirits. Not a good idea. One of the kids is actually stupid enough to do this, which of course causes Zeebo to come back as some sort of zombie spirit killer clown and chase down the kids. Even though he looks creepy as hell, it's more of the way the story was told that makes it so scary. Do not go stealing dead clowns' noses. Whoop. Number 1. Here it is, guys, my scariest clown of all time. Now, again, some of you may know of the show Pee-wee's Playhouse, which in my opinion is creepy enough on its own. Even though it's supposed to be a friendly show to entertain little kids, it's more like something you would show to kids you actually really don't like and want to scar for the rest of their lives. The whole thing is a trippy experience. Anyway, at some point during the show's creation, they really managed to outdo themselves on the whole weird as hell creepy front. In one scene, Pee-wee appears to be having a bad dream. In the dream, it looks like his bike is laying broken on the ground. In response to this, which is quite normal, right? An ambulance pulls up and a trio of emergency responder clowns jump out. The whole scene is quite frantically shot and the clowns look like they're here to collect your soul alongside all the other bike parts that you might just have laying around. Somehow the bike ends up in surgery with, yes, an even creepier clown surgeon who then apparently banishes the bike to hell. With a cameo appearance from Satan and a whole bunch of his devils, what kind of kids show is this? You really have to see the clip for yourself to see what kind of a messed up creepy situation it is. Legit, this stuff is enough to give anyone nightmares. So do it at your own risk. So that's it for our top 10 scariest clowns part 2. Let me know what you guys thought of the list in the comments below. I really think number 1 deserved to be where it is. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next vid, and if you make it till then, I mean, these clowns are really getting out of control. Peace.